Namaskar and welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Stars with Abhishek, a series on Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra. Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra is one of the authentic scriptures available on Vedic astrology. So in the previous episode, we started with Daridra Yoga Adhyay and we did till verse 9. So in this episode, we will be continuing with that and we will be doing the remaining verses, that is from 10 to 18. So, in order to understand these verses in a better way and what all is indicated in these verses related to poverty, we have with us our extra expert, Abhishek. Welcome, Abhishek. He will be telling us more about this yogas.
Thank you. Thank you once again. It's a great pride and pleasure. And again, I'm saying same thing almost in the all episodes. It's a feeling of blessings, even touching on these mystical, divine verses of Brihat Parasa Horasas, that is directly coming out from one of the greatest divine scripture, Mahavishnu Puran. Mahavishnu Puran, authored by Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar, it's in a discourse format between Maitre and the great Guru, Maharshi Parasar. In this chapter, in current chapter, Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar is revealing on request of Maitre, celestial combination related to Daridra Yoga. So this chapter, these combinations have been revealed on request. When Maitre asked, but in the last chapter, you can see after Raj Yoga, he just started Dhan Yoga. He is giving the auspicious celestial combinations. But on request of Maitre, on request of his beloved student, he is blessing with these celestial combinations. But by default, automatically he revealed the Dhan Yoga. But for Daridra Yoga, he is revealing on request. That is indicating the approach of the Devagyas. What should be the approach? Approach has to be positive. The consultation has to be in a positive manner. Whenever we get the chart, we should behave like a gold digger. We should behave like a finding Raj Yoga and Dhani Yoga, not looking for the Daridra Yoga. Daridra Yoga will decrease the intensity of the Dhani Yoga, but our focus should be positive. That reflection is coming out from these chapters, how these chapters are coming. That is also an indication. Now Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar is taking Maitre in a more detail, in a more depth regarding finding Daridra Yogas, celestial combinations. So let's immerse in Mahaguru Mahakathan related to these combinations of poverty. After paying our humble and respectful tribute, humble and respectful prayer in the lotus feet of Jagat Guru, Adi Guru, Guru of the Guru, Sri Mahadev. Jagat Guru Namastubhyam Sivaye Sivadaye Cha Yogindra Namacha Yogindra Gurunam Guruve Namaha. Jai Gurudev. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. After paying our respectful prayer in his lotus feet, now we are entering in Mahaguru Parasar Mahakathan related to Daridra Yoga. He is coming in a continuous and one thought is flowing. One thought is flowing. There is no breakage. That's why I would request everyone who is participating in this Jnana Yajna, either speaking or watching, go word by word, each episode. One thought is flowing. then that will make more sense. Let's emerge in the verse. Parashara uvacha Chandra Chandrakrant Navanseso Markes Yuto Yadi Marak Asthan Go Vapi Jato Atra Nirdhano Naraha. Nirdhano Naraha. So we will take here Nirdhan or Dhani in a very holistic manner. You can see a lot of people, they got a wealth, but they are suffering at some other front in their life. That is a type of Nirdhanta also. When Bhagavan revealed the categories of Mrityu, what Marquez can do, ultimately Marquez can give death, but Marquez can give other troubles also to the native. So these are the categories of Nirdhanta only. In this case, Mahaguru is saying about the Navans, Chandra Akrant Navans. So we will go in a D9 of the particular native. In the D9 of the particular native, we will check where is the moon is posited. And the dispositor of that moon, if conjunct with the Marquez or at the Marakasthan, we know the Marakasthan, the main prominent Marak is second and then seventh. In that case, this is a aesthetic promise in the chart about the poverty. So now Mahaguru is directing Maitreya to check at the Navans label. In the Rasi chart, wherever moon, go in D9 now. See the D9, what is the condition of the moon? And check the dispositor of the moon. And if that dispositor is Marquez, conjunct with the Marquez or at the Markasthan, then that is a combination. We know second house, Lord is a strongest Marak. Then seventh, we understand. And planets also associated with the second house, or the planets also associated with the seventh house. And after that, 12th house is also considered to be a Marak. And in this manner it is going, then 8th house is coming up. We know Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar will explain that one in Marakadhyaya. That will come up. But briefly, he has already revealed about the characteristics so that we could understand these verses. Now, in the next verse, let's come. Lagnes lagn bhage sau arishta fan arif randhrari gau yadi Marke sayuto dristau jata asau nirdhano naraha. Now he is coming up. He is invoking the Lagnes. The first character is Lagnes. So Lagnes is the ascendant of the Rasi Lord. And then Lagna Navans, the dispositor of the Lagna Navans, if they are in the Arishta houses, 6, 8, and 12 houses. And they are with the Marques. Marques are there. There is any PSC with the Marques. So here the Lagna Lord and the dispositor of the Lagna Lord in the Navans. So Lagna Navans also we have to check. And the Lagna also we have to check. We need to understand who is the dispositor of the Lagna Navans, and then placement. If the placement is in the three houses, and Marques is playing a role there, then this is the combination. Marques, we have to very careful about the Marques, like I told you, like second house, or the planets associated with the second house, or seventh house, or the planets associated with the seventh house, or eighth house, or the planets associated with the eighth house, eighth lord. And after eighth, third also, same thing. Even after third, 10th house also considered, because that is eighth from third. And then Saturn is ultimate universal Marak. Chidra grahas are Marak. Planets in the Mritu Bhag, they are Marak. So lots of categories of the Marak. Intensity varies. So we need to understand when we are going to apply these Vargas classical techniques, we need to understand the intensity potential of that particular Marak. Every Marak is different, having different teeth. So every Marak can bite in a different intensity. Now Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is blessing with the next verse 12. Let's come. Parasaruvacha Subhasthan gataha papaha Papasthan gataha subhaha Nirdhano jayate balo bhojenena prapirita. That is a very unique combination. There is a problem of food. Even that native is not able to get food. So poor. We know Kendra and Trikonas are very good auspicious sthan for Subgrahas. And Trik and Trisadai houses are very good and auspicious for the Pap malefic planets. If this is opposite, if Papi planet is at the Subgraha and Sub planet is in the Pap place, if this is the combination, then what will happen? This is a very, very bad poverty. Even native is not able to get his food. That is the combination. I hope it's a clear up to 12 verses. If you have any doubt, we can have.
So with reference to 11th verse, wherein we have to see the Navansha Lord also. We have to see the conjunction of these two in the D1 itself, not in the D9.
We have to check the conjunction in the D1. You have to check conjunction in the D1. But the placement, we need to understand the placement in the 6, 8, and 12 in D9 for that one, the Navans, the Navans Lagna dispositor. So simply we will do the Rasi chart we got. So in Rasi chart, we will check the Lagnes. So how Lagnes is behaving in the Rasi chart. If Lagnes is in the three houses, we will go and check in the D9 how dispositor of the Lagnes is placed in the D9, and then accordingly we check the conjunction of these Lagnes and the dispositor of the Lagna Lord. If there is a conjunction means here the PSC, so it's a conjunction aspect also. with the mark, any mark. But that has to be checked in the D1.
Okay.
Otherwise, the position is changing there also. The only what we are doing here, basically, what is Mahaguru is saying here. Mahaguru is reconfirming the condition of the Lagnesh. If the Lagnesh condition is really bad in the D1, again validating the badness in the D9. So it's damaged already. And now little bit left that is being damaged by the PSE from the Marquez. So the Rasi chart, no chart is available which can, no divisional chart, even Navansa can replace the Rasi chart. Rasi chart is the main chart. Navansa is supplementing the Rasi chart for the understanding the Balabal. Here Mahaguru is understanding the condition of the Lagnesh, the Lagna Lord, the whole Tanu Bhav. Tanu Bhav is really in the bad shape. Because in Lagnesh also condition is bad. It is in Arisht Bhav. In Rasi chart also it is in Arisht Bhav. Now we are in Rasi chart, understanding the PSE from the Marquez. Total damage. The native is going to be Nirdhan. Nirdhano Nara.
Okay.
Hope it makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now let's move with Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar. In verse 13, his blessings. His blessing is coming. Parasaruvacha Kone sadristihina ye trikone sai trike saiha sanyukta graha te sarver swadasa kale dhanhani karaha asmrita. Now he is giving some flavor from the dynamic. He will talk about the dhanhani because the vital energy, you cannot store energy at one place. That's why people are coming up with the saying Lakshmi Chanchal, because it's a vital energy. So dynamic thing is coming when dhanhani will happen. So he's talking about the dhanhani. So dhanhani he is talking about the kones. Kones. So Maharshi Parasar is talking like that. Whenever he talk like karak, so he has to talk about the Atam Karak, but he is talking like Karak. So here Kones, he has to talk about the Trikones, Trikona Lord. So he is saying Kones. So that is he's using very, as less as word he can. That's why I'm very, very alert when Mahaguru Maharshi Parasar is giving one complete verse. It means it's a very meaningful. So the Trikones, if any planet is not being taken care by Trikones, so Trikones is not aspecting on that planet. Through that aspect, through that benefic aspects, planet is nurturing the next planet. If planet is benefic, here Trikones is a functional benefic for that native. So the planet is not being taken care, not being aspected by the Trikones. And so, no protection, there is no protection. That planet is exposed because benefic aspect is not coming. No one is taking care of that planet. And the Trikes, now Trikes is coming into the picture. Trikes is a 6, 8, and 12th Lord, the malefic for that native, functional malefic. So that planet is now conjunct with the 6, 8, 12 Lord. So you understand now that planet is already with a malefic lords. Malefic lord is going to damage him. And there is no protection, no insurance. Planet is exposed. Then the dasa and antardasa of that particular planet attract events related to the loss of wealth. It's very clear now, I think. There is one particular planet, and that planet is conjunct with the Trik Lord, 6 and 12 Lord. If Trikona Lord is aspecting, then there is a protection. Trikona Lord is also not aspecting. Then when, in that case, when Dasa or Antarasa of that particular planet will come, then there is a loss of wealth. Because those Lord will damage them. Now, Mahaguru is moving further, blessing further to Maitreya through verse number 14. Let's come. Kar kada vavi laganad varandreri sthoke dvijuttamam karakang payo drishtaya dhanhina prajayate. So now Mahaguru is talking about the Kara case. So Kara case, here he is talking about the Atman Karak. Atman Karak, we know the highest longitude in the chart. So we need to understand the Atman Karak, where Atman Karak is posited. So Atman Karak, where Atman Karak is posited, then the dispositor of the Atman Karak. So Karak case, he is talking about the Karak case. So Iswar of Karak. So Iswar of Karak, who is the Iswar of Karak? Dispositor. So here the Atman Karak is posited in a particular sign. Then from that point, 12th bhav. So from that point, 12th bhav, if the Atman Karak is if the Atman Karak is aspecting the 12th bhav from that point. So the first condition, there are two conditions basically. First of all, we will identify where Atman Karak is posited. Then we can understand the dispositor of the Atman Karak. From the dispositor of the Atman Karak, 12th house, if that 12th house is being aspected by the Karak, Atman Karak, that is the first condition. Second condition is linked with the Lagana Lord. Similar thing, from the Lagana, the 12th house, if that is being aspected by the Laganes, so if these two conditions will be fulfilled, then that native will be dhanheen prajayate. Dhanheen prajayate, that is the condition. Dhanheen prajayate. So it's a from the Atma Karak or from the Lagana. If Atma Karak or Lagnes is looking at, aspecting, so that is the case of Dhanheen. Let's come in verse number 15. Karakeso vayam swasmat lagano so lagnato vayam vichite chet sada valo vyasilo bhave dhrubam. So this is the combination of poverty, because extensive expenditure, a lot of expenditure. This Jatak will spend a lot. And then similar combinations is coming up, like the 12th from the Karak is being aspected by the Karak itself, and the 12th from the Laganes is aspected by the Lagana himself. Then that native will spend a lot. Then that native will spend a lot. Any questions related to these two verses? You are mute. You are mute.
So my question is with reference to the last verse. Here Maharshi is talking about that he will spend a lot. So in order to spend a lot, he has to earn first, and he should have a dhan yog. So this is little complicated because here he's spending, and there is a Daridra Yog because of spending too much.
The concept of dhan is very tricky. So you are right. If somebody is spending, only if somebody got something to spend, you are right. So in our parampara, when you go and try to understand the concept of dhan, the other synonyms is nidhi also. That's why like fourth house is very tricky, because people are putting dhan in like in ancient thing, like putting in well also, or some, under the tree also, and somewhere also. So in our parampara, sanchit dhan is more celebrated basically. So sanchit dhan is more celebrated, the second house, the sanchit dhan. There are other manifestations of Adi Lakshmi also, that is also dhan too. So he is spending a lot, he is earning a lot, 11th house, income, and then spending a lot, 12th house, getting very less for the second house. That is the problem. So sanchit dhan is less in the proportion. That's why it is a nirdhanta, because the more focus is on the sanchit dhan. But there is no doubt about it. If somebody is spending a lot, so from the 10th house, he is doing a lot hard work. From the then going to the 11th house, he is getting the love, he is getting the earning. And from 11th house, whatever earning he got, he's spending in the 12th house. But he's spending a lot, nothing left for the second house. That is the problem here. So that is the problem. That's why Mahaguru is saying, if you are not saving, so you are nirdhan. So that's why Mahaguru is saying like that. So it's coming like that.
Okay, thank you.
Now, in the verse 16, Mahaguru is revealing, अथा दारिद्र योगास्त कथामि सभंगका धन संस्थौ तु भौमार की कथितौ धननाशकौ. Now he is talking about the dhananasa. So he is saying, if in the dhana bhav, second house, now he is coming to second house. It is coming in a synchronous manner. In the second house, he is now. If Mangala and Sani is there, they will do the nas of the dhan. They will destroy the wealth. But if there is a drishti of the Buddha, he will come in the next verse. Then this will not happen. So it is in the synchronous order. If only Mangal and Sani is there, then they will destroy. And now Buddha is coming in the same combination, and that he will bless. Buddhe chitau mahavitam kuruto natra sansayah nissa swatam kurute tatra ravi nityam yamechita mahadhanayutam khyatam sannidrishta karotyasau sanischa api rave drishtaya phalameb prayachati. So this is all in one order. So, in the Dhan Bhav, Maharshi is picking up the second house. Mangala and Sani is coming, destroying the wealth. But Buddha ki drishti, if that Buddha is coming, Buddhe chitau, then Mahavitam, then that is giving a lot of wealth. Again, in the same Dhana Bhav, if there is an aspect of Saturn on Ravi, on Suryadev, Suryadev is there and Saturn is aspecting, then again, problem. Then again, destroy of the wealth. But if Saturn is not aspecting and Suryadev is only sitting there, then Mahadhani. You can understand the permutation and combination. Only Suryadev is there, Mahadhani. Sani Dev is aspecting, then there is a problem. Sani Dev destroy all the wealth. Because Sani Dev has to give the dukh related to Nirdhanta. And Sani Dev is in the opposition. Sani Dev love to give trouble when sun is there. So we know the story of Sanidev, how Sanidev is behaving. Now, in the second house again, if there is an aspect of Suryadev on the Sani, then you should understand in the same manner. That is not also good. If Sani is aspecting Surya or Surya is aspecting Sani, that is not also good for dhan, destroy the dhan. So in this manner, these combinations are coming up. That's why Mahaguru is more concerned about the second house. When you are doing the analysis of the dhan yoga, then you are doing analysis of the nirdhan yoga also, because both is same. It is up to you what you are looking for. You are checking dhan or you are checking nirdhanta. Both are same. So these are the classical Parashara principle, great classical Parashara principle. Definitely, it will help to understand the financial trait of the native. Although our Shastra is linked with the karma, and that's very important. So there must be a positive outlook if there is any combination in the chart, but still there is the axis of 3-9 axis is there. So fate and free will axis is there, and native should be positive and do hard work. Definitely he can earn wealth. So should not, from native perspective, should not be disheartened from these combinations, if any. And Devagya's perspective, we should not tell bluntly without doing the holistic approach any negative, falades we should not give. So that's from me. Thank you very much.
So I'm just curious to know why, if Sun is there and Saturn is aspecting, then it will result in Daridra Yog. Because as such, if you look at the kind of relation which is there between Sun and Saturn, it should not be happening like this. I mean, this just comes to my mind. That's why I'm asking.
Saturn is considering Sun enemy, and that enmity is, in our Puranas, the stories are already there. So that can be one of the reason. So anybody can give you, like, this is my understanding, my personal interpretation. So Mahaguru has give that one. That is the abstract truth. But I believe the relationship between Sun and Saturn is not good. That's why that is impacting in the dhan yoga. So that might be a case, because Saturn is not happy with Sun. Although Sun is considering Saturn not an enemy, it's okay, but relation is not very friendly between them.
Saturn considers Sun as the enemy.
Yes. That is the case. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So friends, that's all for today. And we will be starting with a new chapter that is on longevity in the next episode. Thanks for listening to us. Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you very much. Jai Gurudev. Har Har Mahadev.